Okay, so I mentioned that growth of the bones occurs at the epiphyseal plate. And this epiphyseal plate is leftover hyaline cartilage. So if we look at a diagram of this from the internet, I don't believe your book has this diagram, we can see that as the endochondral ossification proceeds, that there is a leftover remnant of hyaline cartilage. So hyaline cartilage is in blue here. We can also see that there is the articular cartilage. So we can look at the articular cartilage on the outside of the bone. And that is really important because that is where bones come together to form joints. And so we have this articular cartilage that protects the ends of the bones. And so this is where this epiphyseal plate is where we have cell division of chondrocytes, and that causes the bone to lengthen. We also have the bone growing in width, obviously. And then we also, as we lengthen the bone, we also need to remodel the bone. So I just want to show you what an X-ray of this area of the body looks like in a person that is still growing. So that's not the X-ray. Let me look at online here. Okay, so this is a diagram. What is this? What part of the body is this? This is the knee joint. And so here you can see that this would be, for example, up here, and I can't point to it. That would be the top bone would be the tibia, and the bottom bone, excuse me, the top bone is the femur, and the bottom bone is the tibia. And so you can see that that line right there, where the arrow is pointing, that would be the epiphyseal plate. So you can always tell from an X-ray whether somebody is still growing or not. Okay, so let's go back to my lecture. Okay, so elongation of the bone. Occurs at the epiphyseal plate. And the chondrocytes are the ones that undergo mitosis, undergo cell division to lengthen. And so that plate stays the same thickness even as the bone grows, because the plate, the new the old cells that are formed are actually going to turn in to bone tissue rather than hyaline cartilage tissue. Okay, so we have the elongation of the bone. We also have the remodeling of the bone. And this is really important, and it involves cells that are called osteoclasts. So they break down the bone matrix. So what this means is that the bone stays the same shape, even though it is elongating. And we'll talk about the importance of osteoclasts in an osteoporosis, because as we age, one of the things that happens is that the osteoclasts tend to break down the matrix faster than it is rebuilt. And so in older people, the bones become more brittle and less dense.